friends, welcome to Spacefaring Civilization, or SFC for short, as we'd lovingly like to call it. So SFC is a place for fan and filmmakers to help and support each other to create optimistic sci-fi and inspire a better future. Hi, I'm Masood, and welcome to another session of discussion panel where we're talking about acting, especially acting in optimistic science fiction. So I'm again joined by the wonderful Amelia Forsyth-Smith, yay! Marcus Slater, yay! Yeah. And the wonderful John Kelly, yay! So in our previous video, we talked about how to prepare for an acting role, especially in a optimistic sci-fi film, but acting in general as well. So we talked about improvising, so improvising in an acting role. So today we're going to be doing a mock-up play. So we're going to take a scenario, we're actually going to play it, and we're going to use our improvisation skills. Well, obviously I'm the least experienced, so I'm going to take the easy role. So the scenario is that the Mars colony has had an accident, and their power plant, so the power plant is malfunctioning, so they're running out of power. So then the Mars colony, so a representative from the Mars colony, a representative from Space Station Unity, which is Amelia, and a representative from the Europa Science Outpost, which is Michael, and a representative from Earth Space Rescue group, which is John. So John's going to be our rescue, what do you call it, commander or whatever. So we're going to be talking about how we're going to be helping the Mars colony and to get through this emergency. So you guys ready?
Roger that.
Roger that. Okay, so once again, John, you're the commander of the Space Rescue on Earth. Amelia, you're representative of the Space Station Unity, which is the closest space station to Mars. Yeah, that's that one there. And Michael, you are on the other side where the belt is, so where the asteroid belt is. You are representing the science outpost on one of the moons. So I'll start off. So I'm the representative from Mars Colony. Thank you guys for joining us. Look, we are in deep trouble. We are in deep trouble. The power plant has malfunctioned. The solar panels are not cutting it. We are running out of power. How can you help us? What do we do, guys? What do we do? Help us.
How many hours do you have left of power?
Oh, at the most, we've got 2 months. So any rescue mission has to be less than 2 months.
What about food, supplies?
Food and supplies, we've got plenty. But if we run out of power, we run out of oxygen, and we can distill water. So we're in trouble, guys.
All right, how many engineers do you have left there at the moment?
We've got 54.
Okay, so you've got enough hands on deck to let us talk you through this.
Okay, what do we do?
Okay, so guys, who's on the space station at the moment? Amelia.
Right here.
Yep. How close are you to the colony right now?
I think we're at least 3 months away if we leave now.
Right. Okay. So that's not going to help. So let's have a talk about what you've got on board there at the moment, or on the ground there at the moment on Mars. What you've got, the solar panels are out.
Yeah. So all the 100 solar panels are functioning full power. But that's not going to be enough. It's not going to cut it. Unless we can get a nuclear power plant running again, we are going to run out of power in 2 months.
Do you have any stores left in the nuclear power plant?
No, they've been exposed to, so they've blown up. They're exposed to air.
Well, that's not helpful, is it?
No.
Any injuries at this stage?
What about your escape vehicles at the moment? What sort of power is left in those? Because you can hook up some temporary power from those to cover some short-term loss. It might give you a bit more than the extra 2 months you've got left. You might get another month.
At least maintain life support.
Amelia there.
Yeah, we're maintaining life support just barely. So we've hooked all of those up, but it's cutting it, but it's very bad. It's like minimum.
Okay,
Once we run out of storage, it's like power storage, we got nothing left. We will have nothing left to run those things.
do you have any stasis chambers active at the moment?
No stasis chambers. We're not as rich as Earth, dude.
Michael, how far away are you?
We're over 2.5 months, probably.
Well, that's a little bit better
Close.
than what I am, but at least we
Yeah,
could
it's-
get something there.
We could start our mission straight away to hopefully reach there as soon as we can.
So what can you get us, Michael?
Well, what do you need? What's the bare essentials you
we
need?
need more solar panels. If you have a spare uranium rod, because we've basically lost all of ours, we could definitely use that.
We can get you those, okay? We'll do our best to reach out as soon as possible. You just need to remain calm and think strategically. Listen to John.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely will listen to what you have to say. But John, I've been telling you this could happen. You have been ignoring us. Earth sitting on their high horse, on their high mountain, and they're ignoring what we need. We need all these basics.
That's a little out of line. That's a little out of line. Budget is
Thank
tight.
you, Michael.
We can do what we can do. We got our own to look after as well.
You have been telling us this, Masood, for many months, I know, all right? But remember, it takes so long for us to get these communications across. And for us to target the position for you, we need to really spend a bit of time with the engineers down here to work out the best way to do that. Now, obviously, it's come to a critical point. So what we can do is, let's have a look at the solar panels you've got left, reconfigure what you've got left to generate more power.
Yeah,
and if that means destroying some of the other panels, that's fine. Let's get 3/4 of them working at optimum capacity rather than all of them working at half capacity.
Okay, so what's the chance of getting some more solar panels from the orbiting station on Mars moons? I know that's your jurisdiction, Emilia, because that was Unity Space Station's property. Can we have a go ahead to get those solar panels down?
Absolutely. I've tasked my guys to start packing it up, and we can get it to the moon, get it to Michael's station, which will get it to you a bit quicker, and we can have it there in probably about a week. But even then, it's going to take 2.5 months to get it to you. So we need a short-term solution while we plan the long-term.
Okay.
Okay, so it goes back to what I was saying before.
Yep.
Let's pull back some of the low-performing solar panels right now.
Yeah.
Reconfigure them to boost the remaining ones, so you're going to get 100% or maybe a little bit more output from the remaining panels, which may extend you by another 3 or 4 weeks, which could get Amelia's team to you a lot within that time frame. In the meantime, back here on Earth, we'll be organising some more new upgraded sort of solar panels for you, as well as some uranium rods for your nuclear reactors.
Yeah, it's much appreciated. Thank you, John. Sorry about my outburst last time. We're all frustrated here.
Totally understand where you're coming from.
But it has been noted, Masood.
Yeah.
When is the next delivery due to Mars, John?
Look, we've got the one due with what, be 6 months. We could pull that back to 4 at best. So if you guys can get those panels that you want to offer them to them within that 3-month period, with the ability to extend those existing panels, as I've said, Masood, you should be okay. If we can get you with 4 months, by the time you've got all that backup stuff, you'll have your new stuff as well.
Okay, and we do need more personnel. Can you send us some more personnel, engineers, anybody you can get, medical personnel? We've got a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
here.
look, and I will send you some of those stasis chambers, because if you have this situation again, to put a few people in stasis for a while will contain your resources over that shorter period.
We can probably deplete a few of our medical stores too. We'll get that on the shipment as well.
Oh, that'll be wonderful. Thank you,
Absolutely.
Emilia.
And we'll do what we can as well.
Thank you, guys. I feel much better. Looking forward to the communication tomorrow for a status update. Thank you.
All good.
Okay.
Over and out.
So how do you guys feel?
I want it to be really discriminatory and racist and say you're on your own. That's for being a piece of shit, voting Liberals or something.
Well, you should have. That's what improvisation is.
Well,
You
if you're
take on the
gonna be
characters.
like,
Yeah, you guys chose to be in Mars, not our fault.
You may be on Mars, but you're technically on Uranus. Am I right?
So, dear friends, that's an example. I mean, it's obviously we came up with that very quickly. So that's an example of improvisation and how you can use that character development. So obviously, I was the really frustrated guy, and the cool-headed John was, and the helpful Amelia, and the respectful Michael. They were all chipping in to help Mars Colony. Yeah. Any last words, guys, before we sign off?
Yeah, it's always a bit different doing some improv directly on a on a Zoom type meeting. So that was a bit more challenging. And look, as Amelia noted in our previous videos, that being more larger than life and emotive probably didn't capture that as well as we could have in this sort of remote acting scenario. So maybe if we'd been live, we could have bounced off each other a bit more fluidly.
Yeah, true.
But I think this remote sort of improvisation might not have been the best representation that we as actors would have done otherwise, I think.
Sure. No, that's a good point.
I'm speaking for myself. You guys did well, but
No, it's tough. It really is tough. And I think a lesson for new players, like, I think I'm rubbish at improv. I hate it.
I think you did great.
Oh, thanks.
And I think because with these roles, like, we're representatives, we need to stay calm, with that particular scenario. So you'd sort of go into more your training on how to resolve an issue, not escalate it. And when you need someone, to calm them down, keep them calm, keep them practical. So you don't want to give away any like, oh my God, you're going to die. I'm so sorry.
But keep them grounded beyond gravity.
Yeah. Wow, that was good.
Masood would have been the first one who would have put in the stasis, by the way.
And like,
I'll be in it. Yeah.
I think the message is, like, improv doesn't always need to be funny. So for new actors, I think there's a lot of struggle. They think it has to be funny all the time.
That's a really good point.
A lot of the humor will
very
actually
good
just come out naturally from the way people react to stuff.
Yeah. Oh, we've been fed funny improv by all the TV shows that are on there with that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, that's
true. But they're
Whose
professional.
line is it anyway, and all that sort of stuff. We all think it's got to have some sort of.
That's what you associate it with, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, guys. I'd like to invite you
very
guys back. Maybe when the pandemic is over, we can have a live improv here in the studio.
That'd be awesome.
Good fun.
Yeah, that would be lovely. Well, thank you very much, Amelia.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Michael and John, thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
And we'll see you all in the next video. Until then, keep making optimistic sci-fi.